The Nicole Kidman, who attends, by the way, she made a movie a little while ago called The Invasion, where people are getting droned, but they have webs on their hands, so you can tell. These things don't have webs on their hands, and you can't tell. They imitate human behavior very well. And the thing is, something I have to tell you guys about drones, they don't breed well. So if you see a family, they had a child that's missing an ear, they had a child that was born with a tail, they had a child that was born missing an eye. This family is probably parented by 1 or 2 drones. They don't breed well at all. Drones usually go bald. Their skin gets all red rosacea, rashy looking. One of their eyeballs sometimes pops out, like Nicolas Cage. He just had to do a movie with his eye, with a gunshot wound to it to cover up his popped out eyeball. Yeah, he's a freak. All the mainstream artists go to this cloning center, and all the biggest political people and all the biggest royalties go to this place, and they're all so confident they will never be caught because the REM-driven Mark II cloning is too hard for the public to fathom. They're like, REM, transfer your consciousness. Oh, that's not real, that's Star Trek. Everybody thinks that. But it
right, the bigger the lie, the easier it is to believe.
Well, the transhumanists are talking about doing it right now. They're openly talking about wanting to do it, but it's something that people have to search for. They don't. Yeah. They're not putting it on CNN. I mean, you have to search deep for this, and it's not. It's not that they're hiding it, but they're sure not talking about it at all.
I wouldn't watch CNN because Anderson Cooper goes to the place. He's supposedly a rich guy from some family called the Vanderbilts. He attends the place. He talked to me before. They all want to meet me and talk to me and say, hey, how'd you think up all those songs, man? And I say, why don't you refer to my last answer from, the last 25 people that asked me that? And I really don't
take you there, Donnie?
Oh, yeah, man. Just about every REM stage I'm there. But recently, they haven't been attacking me at all. They're acting like they're worried. They're like, what are you going to say? What are you going to do? And I'm like,
well, no, Donnie, too, on that, if Anderson Cooper and so forth, when they're visiting there, do you mean when they're visiting there, they're not physically there, they're
REM'd into a clone. They're transferred into a clone. They all have clones on racks there, just waiting to go, right?
So it's when just their REM surrogate, right? Just their REM surrogate? Okay.
Oh yeah, that surrogate movie is about it too. Oh, the Avatar film is based on Mark II REM cloning, and man,
I saw a movie called The Island with Scarlett Johansson and Ewan McGregor. It really reminded me of you also.
And they both attend too. They both attend the place too. Man, it's crazy.
What about the Vatican and the Rothschilds, Donnie? What part do they play?
Well, the Vatican's been down with lizards for a whole long time.
And I got a problem. I got a big problem with the Pope and the Rothschilds. You see my blog. You know what kind of problem I have with them. So I'm wanting to know, from your vantage point and your experiences, what's their deal?
Well, the Rothschilds have been helping lizards for hundreds of years. These bloodline families, they're just lizard helpers. They helped lizards in the past, and lizards favored them in the past. They used to bring them up gold and gems from underground that they mined. They don't need them, right? And they would trade people, like the Danish kings. They would trade the Danish kings gems and gold, raw gold, like just crude gold, and they would give them animals, children, all kinds of things, and just cart them down tunnels and cages and stuff. They had a good little trading thing going, and but now it seems like they want lizards gone. But they're afraid of telling the world about hosts, like Dmitry Medvedev said, just on an interview thing just a little while ago. He said, if the world knew about how many aliens were among us, there would be panic, right? He just said that recently. He's talking about the hosts. I mean, there's a movie that's coming out soon. It's called The Host. They're just putting it out there. They're afraid that someone's going to freak out and there's going to be riots and stuff. It could be the end of the world once people find out about this. This is the end of days subject. These things have always been under us, man. They used to.
I wanted to talk to you about that too because you had mentioned And, you know, we saw the other day with the Pope, we saw a prophecy fulfilled, the St. Malachi prophecy, which we'll talk about next week. But you've talked to me before about, with these real lizards, the Pharisee prophecies, and it's interesting that you use the word Pharisee, and we just spoke about the Rothschilds because the Pharisees were the Jewish religious leaders that were responsible for the crucifixion of Jesus Christ, and you know, how do they play into the real?
Well,
and what are the Pharisee prophecies? Are they duplicating Revelation's prophecies on purpose, or what are they doing?
Well, the thing is, they don't have a religion that they can follow because there's not too many religions that will condone the scummy things that they do. So they made a collage of a bunch of different prophecies, the Nostradamus prophecies, the Quatrains, the Revelations, and the Hopi Indian prophecies, Mayan and Aztec prophecies, and they mixed them all together and tried to make some kind of sense of it. Now, these Pharisees, they make the prophecies happen in any way that they can to ensure that religion is still a viable business. Like, so they'll keep getting donations and the priests will still be in a job. They flooded New York using HAARP. They do all kinds of stuff. They're making rivers go red. And over in Jerusalem, or somewhere in Israel, they just made that red cow get born, a red heifer cow. Now, when that happened...
when did that happen, Donnie? Because I got a friend on Facebook that's been talking about that and wondering when that's going to happen. It's called the red heifer. It's the sacrificial animal that the Jews were supposed to start. It was the first animal that they were going to start sacrificing when their third temple was built.
Yep, it's supposed to be when a red heifer is born over there. It's supposed to be the end of days.
Did you say it just happened, or is it going to happen?
You guys, we're running out of time here, just you though. So any last words you want to say?
Save me. And all the celebrities want you to save them too, but they're too scared. I don't have a choice. The celebrities don't get tortured, they just get sexed on. But they want out, but they're too scared to say, so I'm saying it for them, and they're all hoping that I get to the world with it. There's lizards, guys. Yeah, and all kinds of hosts.
And for those that want to see more of Donnie's story and his cloning and Brill and so forth, you know, visit Stream the News. That'll be posted. You can Google Donald Marshall and cloning. It'll take you to his site. It's very interesting information. I want to thank you both tonight for being on. This has been great. I think we might have to do a follow-up or two.
I'd love to, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And next week, Evan and I are going to be tackling the new Pope, just so everyone's aware. And just want to thank you both. Sorry for the short cutoff, but our time's up.
Thanks for the opportunity, guys.
Good night, all.
Well, yeah, Donnie, I'd love to do another one with you, brother. It's good talking to you.
Anytime, man.